ne ena wochire mu se nansen na kakra ni asante mantam ne nkrotu atwa ho ahia se de kafefa ekoso wanyinam kanea ne ho no eya ho dwere ne ekosa hodro a eba ne ho no eno kwa pressure mani timi kokoda hospital ena ebi okura no nso no omo mo hwehwe no omo mfa ma ne bo emfa emma obeti ase ka na ekọ se no nso chire mu.
Appreciate your sense of urgency with regards to helping us solve this ongoing power problem in the region. For some few weeks, if I may, maybe some months, we've been having this erratic power supply. Others have blamed it on sabotage, others have blamed it on a lot of reasons. But the last time I met with the ECG and the power sector players, what I noticed was that there was a communication gap between what they are doing and making that information available to the public. In times where there is even planned maintenance, you hardly get to hear of it. And the only thing you realize is that your power is taken without recourse to anything. So I met them and I encouraged them that as much as possible, communication is part of the work. So if there is a challenge, let us know so that we can help you to be able to resolve it. Formally, they've not been complaining about any problems. And I'm thankful that you are letting us know that even as far back as December, they were shedding over 750 megawatts of power. I think that if this is known to the public and they are aware of the steps we are taking to resolving same, they will be understanding as far as the issues are concerned so that they will know what is ahead of us and how we are working to make sure we resolve same. Yesterday was epic because it was almost all over the districts and municipalities. So I had a
Frank Amwakohene Ayaswafo de ma Asante Mantemo Ashanti Regional Minister Enonom na namusa probo a Energy Minister Yewura John Abulai na pobepim Asante Mantem nti Asante nso wowura na de wowura no nso ne a wotisika dwakofi eso na Asante ewo no eno njom kokopie mu ewo manhia ahemfie Asante hene otumfo osetutu na no na ba ne se ye kankane ho ensam die no osemo Roma ene yakane ho nsam ne yakan de ba ne se me nananom ene me wofa asefo ne me ma ene so mo da su mu sana me so me ho edwuri me pa enti obesra da se e ba no VRE ene Afegrico ene ECG a omomodin enkama nkyiri mu na omomua Energy Minister na dwen pop so woyo e de eboa enyinam kanea no
de bo padum abasira no nyam de dwade kase ahye de nsa o da se be kanea de nyina no e de so nsa Sikane na ya bedetri yakuba peja wa ba numu se be nyame adum diba na onya na bedetri no nyame adum na ya peja wa beda no se na o bai wa he engineer for benufui edu wo ti no bai na yi papa e so we be mo abo mo oduma di da so sa no e be ti be gina na yi Ina for two voices sabi do we ana say Ghana mai tuma die ke say da she monsa wo so beboa na ya na bai beboa ma se ni
otumfo wo se tutu afutua wode ama Energy Minister na ebi nso aka Chief Executive Officers Edema VRE na Afegrico ene ECG so mbeka abanchi mu aboa Energy Minister Yewura John Jenapo na gina sie no ewo enyinam kane ho etimi abamu we nyina no ya na mo mutu ye de kopie mu ewo manhia ahemfi a eka na probo ho ewo Asante Mantem no eho
ABA Herbal Center some pom de hu hia wo safo atasa for 3 days. Also na nsana ya dendi mirikatente wadwan na namro mu glaucoma, cataract, long or short, sexual weakness, menstrual disorders, hypertension, stroke, prostate cancer, liver, kidney related diseases, and also for cardiac somo. Kwada sejuna sejum. Oben amanseja na biano. And adoma hinkronso. Oben beneza preparatory school no. 0541 565 199 0502 812 161. May to us so dear, or so for share fisem and some so, or some sem Rashid name, Admiration was one same, you want Munyan for Mohammed Mpataa Mubarak. Dear so, would defend it, Genesia, if we are national security, a pretty for Numbi. I want to an Muslim Bonka, you're in Munyan form, a year NS Yaukumi eno. The entire form soon in ASM, go for your high court to issue arrest warrant, SC and Quachinum. The internal same Quachin in ASM. Obo ne koko sara na oma no ho matiri so ankopi mo Ghana ma hye bedwe fie ebra na so afo ma hye fo yi won mo na wa afin pini na duonu enum ekosai no won hwe no wankwan kosai esem ma hye bedwe nsan sansam no egusu asani bia no kwasam ne sasa akokɔbɔ akodema ewura eye NS ya okumi ni won hu eno obu nua de gu na sum eno hye nta boss person okɔ yekopiem ho eno nim santwefo yehu no se ne bonkomo ne atian okɔso edi nka hu ni sese mra no aso ne pachi eno kɔba so tietia mra ne munti yenkɔ kyere no ekɔba se eye national security operative ni bi ekɔ se akɔ kyere NS ya okumi no edom kuma Ghana mahwebefo bi nim se omompene da no eno Muhammad Mpataa Mubarak awo no yesofo her fisam I say, Sana Moa, Sana security workers in the 2 years or form so. It sounds a quarter and a mom said to me, say near Mpataa Mubarak at also.
Speaker, the Koforidua High Court on 19 February 2025 issued a bench warrant for the arrest of NS Yaukumi, Member of Parliament for Mpataa constituency. The warrant was served on the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB's Eastern Regional Office through the National Security Coordinator. Right Honorable Speaker, the circumstances surrounding the attempted arrest of the Member of Parliament by the officers of the NIB was therefore to carry out the orders of the High Court per the warrant dated 19 February 2025 for committal for contempt. It could have been avoided if my colleague had gone to court. If he had gone to court the day they needed him, it would have been avoided.
The court wouldn't have issued
Mr. Speaker, I recollect very much that my colleague from Bimbila and I were in this chamber when the clerk was reminding each and every one of us to take our oath that if you know there's any service on you and you go ahead to take the oath, you should be ready to follow the consequences. And my colleague, you and I all agreed, and we affirmed to the positive that yes, we're ready to take the oath as members of Parliament and suffer any consequences. So if our colleague is going through this predicament, when he knew that he had this court issue, he's clear on his mind that
for Mpataa Mubarak Muhammad suffer her fisam so. Wayam Rashid Jenny Madesha was Masonane, Sana Mono, one and no moody bimsan sem, go for you High Court to share. As 7 year and manamatis on Ria Rashid Jenny, Ogusu yes, Sam, and send out national security, a 2 Sana Mono. The crack mono, and I say, Benny, Apa soldier for Sarafo, our year while but Gatanga quantum poniso, as Raf on ho, and a drone to Soya Juma. Akron for and for Modimoni about Massa for him. Na fe mudi nkofo awu e kwantempo no so munye sansa e kado ese munya di drones no e be chi obia ma yanyina na so na yanya aboafo nkratse e ba de aka eche ne de besomu
Oba. Someone is here. Me had mama managing. Tell them what points me bantam. No, say Simmy also.
Let us all quite my bantam. Say, if you Anjo, Nansaya. Me ya buffan heba Mr. No yet. Because you turn me buffina, my answer become me no shiampuma and Minya, buffan heba Mr. And where on said I saw the Wabba Theatre.
I know, I know, do feel it.
And yes, I'm running from
Miss me lawyer. yɛfɛ no Bafan herbal capsules bɛma wayɛ mene wɔ pɛm no ɔbɛhyia ma no wagya mu ntɛ sɛ wo sisi ne yɛ wo ya wonum sɛ du ya Bafan herbal capsules ɛbɛsiesie wo ɔmo agyina wo na so afo bɛnya atenka foforɔ
pa Mr. ne capsules wɔ man mu baabi a ɛtɔn nupa bi a kae sɛ aduro nyɛ mma mmɔfra wɔ ne mfie dumienu ɛma apemfoɔ ɛne ɔbaatan a ɔma ne ba nofoɔ Bafan wo gyidi agye wo nko a aduro yi Food and Drugs Authority ahwɛ ma gye atom sɛ ɛyɛ
Daddy, there's no water breakfast and natural ginger drink, mommy.
Oh, yanko na minto drink bia ma wa.
Debbie, no no wo me be ma
Bia, me pempe ni so.
Breakfast and natural ginger never Menu mato so me pa no ni asunku bia.
Breakfast ni wom.
I want to suit them.
Hey, esi chire ba ko kra ni mo.
Daddy,
Breakfast wo garlic eni akaka.
Daddy, breakfast ni bini.
Breakfast natural ginger drink, blah blah blah.
Breakfast and natural ginger never Party engagement food and naming ceremony all the social.
You from a Jeff Sikani. Me baby, as me near ye more kada. If you say me use Precasa natural ginger drink, and then this woman ho Precasa natural ginger drink. Ya the Precasa a war ginger and the pepper and ye dear ye sugar bianim and cry to a Food and Transport. Ajiatum say ye.
Se amamo akwaba edemaba Fish TV Fish FM said ya kan e bia ka chindi yamfa mp mo so na kasebo ne enwie emu edie ene eye ade a yewura afenyo markings ebo modin a echiremu sensia no calculator no enya bank fo nko na baba yusu ena nya se bia ye mathematics nko a na ebe yusu eno nti no mrahye bedwafie so mutimi eyusu bi na new IGP a yenya no COP Christian Tete yohunu ombo modin a eye calculations ewo ho na de yenti okasa nyina nsa bebeto odwa sensia no yenya new IGP a ono ena baba replace yewura dampare no ose eye ade a Minister of State in charge of government communications yewura Felix Ofosukwache ebo modin a ekasa ye no oso kasa no chemu se yade a yewura yohunu wanya emfie no aduanan ewo police adwuma ne mufi so ye police adwuma wanya emfie no aduanan no se ne so wanya emfie no aduanan de a ene ye na ne emfie no ye sere ba bewura police ni mu police adwuma yo ni mu anti wanya emfie no aduanan de hia se omode calculator de toto honom tete bi firim hu ne emfie na wanya no na no ni nyina achi no kan wie pe no so se sa na te de ya ne nya hwe wo ba no wo mfie aduo no wo mfie dunkron ana adunwotwe ni nyina no ehia kontabuo na we have not so any nyina mu ye wa tu nti wa ba de we de Mr. Speaker just by the way yentie ne nsem no.
The minister in his answer took the opportunity to introduce the new IGP. I want to congratulate him on his appointment. Suffice to state that in the statement from the minister responsible for government communications, he told the country that the new IGP has spent 40 years in the service, 40 years as a police officer. So at the right time, we would calculate whether he entered at a 20, 19, or 18, his age and all. But he says, he stated publicly that the new IGP has spent 40 years in the service. That is just by the way.
Honorable Minority Leader, you have to ask a supplementary question.
Mr. Speaker, I am congratulating him because this is the first time he's introducing him. And then he talked about 40 years in the service. So I'm only doing the mathematics. Whether the IGP is going to retire very soon or what. But Mr. Speaker, that's beside the point. I want to ask the minister.
Kwame na fanyoma kenzi we no mathematics apie mu tactics ni nyina da bi ka ho ni nyina no eyade kokko pie mu de no ho akokere na wo kyerem se we de ye na so yesi ehu sampa wo bai no aka ne mfie sen na so akoda ho megie mu amobi nso abehye nanan ana we ene nsem nso abroko pie mu wo chamber ho no yewura afanyoma minority leader edibisai.
Dr. KASE3 for say oh my Ghana sana hene ene de wa Ghana ma hye bedwefie o de so fie nanim se won koma to yam Ghana si de Ghana si be gina e me dollar gina na hamte na so say oh be gina bra ne pama for dollar no we to no waje no wadoje na we yato on we si ani ankasa mugamu emprempren no $1 15 cedis 15 cedis 5 pesos one mo and in see a mere atwa no na dollar no kuna nimpa ne so mo bo mo de so be do metumi bia na Ghana si de ho de no atumi agina ban se na be ya entimi e betimi ni dollar na si akan yera KASE3
as at March 14 2025 right honorable speaker as of March 14th 2025 the Ghana cedi exchange rate, Ghana cedi and dollar exchange rate was 15 cedis 53 pesos to a dollar, and the cedi has depreciated by 5.3% against the US dollar. Mr. Speaker, this compared to 5.7% over the same period in the year 2024, when the cedi dollar exchange rate was 12.6 to the dollar. Mr. Speaker, last year, the same period, the Ghana cedi has depreciated by 5.7 as against the same period, 5.3 this year. This shows a reduction in the depreciation by 0.4%. Mr. Speaker, the cedi depreciation is driven by tight FX liquidity, increased demand from energy sector payments, and commerce. Mr. Speaker, the cedi has, however, witnessed stability since the 19th February on the back of central bank's forex intervention aimed at improving FX liquidity and market confidence.
Ghana sana hini Dr. KASE3 no ne kwakwa mu no ena ma yen update e ma hwe fie no mo efa yesika na USAID wonom de bo ansa no mu jai say aban disika so asene no so esay.
Given the reality of the funding gap of $156 million, the government would take the following measures to close the funding gap. Mr. Speaker, as part of the resources that will be made available as a result of the uncapping of the National Health Insurance Levy, part of it will be used to close the gap created following the suspension of the USAID funding. Additionally, an amount of 100 million Ghana cedis is being allocated in the goods and services budget of the Ministry of Health under the expenditure line Global Fund. This will be used to procure vaccines that hitherto were being funded by the USAID.
KASE3 so my Ghana yen sana hene ene wakasere fesika USAID no mde boa yen sana abani jaisika no so yasene no wode tudie ne de ye wa Ghana emrahye bedwefie.
Ya tuwa kasi ya wano esodi ya nese di chwetiri ho na VIP eye jion eno na sabi omo start ya chemu se omo jinsi omo esi yese da bi nka ahyenti abo no konom ebetumu ede akọ hare mu no ebupen no eye aduo no endro ye ye obenim bosmen deto so edu enson ena wonom esi sa agency no ya eno ye Alliance of Drivers Ghana ena wonom echemu se ye hwe fam wo no ne bo no se de esi ekọ ne akade ahodo a ka ho ebie ema ka egina ne nan so ewo kwantempon no eso no na ba behia se onum etimi so etumu omo achiremu se omo atum ne de na ya de anka ogefo bosome no forisi bosome no ena betimi so ede akọ na eno ena ononyamfo ya wono ena hwe ya kwantempon ensem eso enso ni akwantu ensem so Minister of Transport enso etimi eba mu ene VIP directors no etimi nya nkita ho edie na nkita ho de no mu enyaye no ena omo achiremu se CID eboa na nkomo de etumu no omo atwe asensen san se mpanyimfo atimi intervene e hormo de ne twa so mutie mpanyimfo no na nkitangudie bi ohubia no omo timi de ekonti we enso ne free VIP John for no akache de airbus nka 20% omo de etumu no Minister of Transport etimi abamunti si ade omo a resign wonom decision no
na brama kwa na Mpataa KASE na etwa to wade chimu yede asomwo samu for penny original bawa MC Arera Ben Efrimone Gentle cameraman GH Finest DJ Martins dachi ima efiaduma konsubo yechi edom enyanum benaje pene somwo no ama nyina kachiri akuya pokuya mene
dua naba abena sa abena gana toye agudie